So sometimes people talk about COVID brain. I can tell you, my friend, surgery brain is no joke. So hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my very small place on the internet where I talk about my knitting life, my knitting adventures. My name is Isabelle, I am in France, I am in Normandy, and today it's going to be a regular video, the kind of video you see everyone else makes. I'm going to talk about my finished objects, I'm going to talk about what I have in progress, and I also will gonna talk about what people call acquisitions. If you are sensitive to that, or if you are on a no-buy year or something like that, I will label it in the chapter. You can skip it because I usually place timestamps on the video so that you can have all of the chapters and then you can skip two words or sections that you do not like, or go to the only section you want to be watching. And one of my friends went to Knit It in Lyon. It was, I would say, about a month ago, something like that. And we had fantasized to go together. Unfortunately, I was in the hospital. So she said, okay, tell me what you want me to bring back from Lyon for you. Of course, I will pay for that. She bought it for me, but I gave the money to her. And I said, keep your eyes open for local, French, natural, undyed, untreated wool. And she found some. So if that is of any interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, a quick note about surgery brain, because I teased you about it. I usually do life updates at the end of the video, but as I've talked about it, you may just want to hear about it right now before I start. I forget things. It's not my usual. I can forget things on the usual just because I'm distracted, because I don't pay attention, and etc. Right now, I'm forgetting about everything. I need to rely on my agenda, on my calendar reminders, on all the little things I set up for myself not to forget anything. Thing is, yesterday I was supposed to go to lunch with a friend. I went. She just called me half hour ahead and she said, okay, I changed the location and I'm sending you the right location for you because there is a bigger parking space. It's going to be easier for you. Fortunately, she did that. And today I was going my merry way. We are on a Wednesday. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go walk. I'm going to go, then I'll shower, wash my head, prep myself, record the video, edit it, because tomorrow, on Thursday and Friday, I have a 2-day meeting. I have started to work again a little bit. I have a 2-day meeting online. So it's on site, but they made it online for me. And because I can't, travel for now. And I had already planned my Wednesday in my head. Fortunately, I had a calendar reminder that popped up half hour ago saying that I was going to lunch with another colleague. I absolutely do not recall. Fortunately, I had set up all these reminders. So I'm going to be recording right now for maybe half hour or something, as much as I can before I leave. Then I'll go have lunch with my colleague, and then I'll come back and finish the recording. Thing is, I will have less time to edit. I won't have any time to work. Anyway, I told you surgery brain is no joke. It is not. I try to do some mindful little games in the morning, the Sudoku type of games or word type of games, something you have to focus and think about and anticipate and etc. But really, I'm not the normal myself where I always have everything arranged in my head. Sometimes I forget things, but everybody does that. It's not really a problem. Right now, I forget about everything. Okay, what am I wearing? Am I wearing my Hemsworth by Isabel Kramer that I knit with, I think it was wool from Lena West. And I'm pairing it with, it's over there, with my pathway shorts that I showed you not long ago. I'm going to be wearing that because today we have sun. We haven't had any sun for the last over a month, and it's very chilly. So chilly weather for a vest and a shawl that is all in natural wool. Pathway is with Hampshire wool from Atelier Purlaine. So here you have it, the Hemsworth vest that I wear with my non-perfect linen winter dress. I have two dresses, this one that has long sleeves and the other one without any sleeve that you can wear some kind of heavier t-shirt underneath. And this is the Pathway shawl that I wear this way. And I just tuck the stockinette, or I just tuck the garter part under and I wrap myself, showing all of the cables. And this is how I wear it. I may just keep it that way for a little bit or until I'm too warm. And to make everything simple, my neighbor has started to do some yard work. Anyway, I am going to insert here right now a video that I filmed I guess last week, before I sent the mittens I made for my second son who is in Toulouse. I am pre-filming this because I am going to be sending out one of my finished objects to my son. These are the mittens. I had already talked about, I think I've already shown you one of the mittens. Both of them are now done and washed. I don't block them as per formal blocking is, I just let them dry flat. These are made in Fonty Polaire, which is half wool, which one I'm not sure I recall, and half alpaca. Very soft. I've already made a beanie with that wool to him and previously a scarf. So now his attire and his outfit is complete with the mittens. He requested them. I hope they're going to be okay. He asked for a longer cuff, so I made. I whipped out the mittens without any really pattern. I made up a gusset decrease out of other patterns I have, and he asked for plain stockinette. He did not say that way, but he said he wanted no motif, no cable, no lace, no motif, no color work on the mittens, just plain ones. So I showed him a couple examples of what plain stockinette mittens were, and he said, yes, that's what I want. My only little thing is that, as always, or as most of the time, I do twisted ribs because I like the look of it. And what also I've been doing is using smaller needles for the thumb part of itself. So I think I need these ones with 4mm needles and the thumb with 3.5 or something like that. I did not change my needles for the ribbing. At the bottom, these are also twisted ribbing, and I really love this kind of ribbing. Just a regular, no fancy anything, long tail cast on. I bound off in pattern. That's it. So it was a quick project, and I'm going to be mailing them with the socks in a little box, and that's gonna be a little present for him in between his birthday and Christmas. Okay, so other than the mittens for Theo, the fingerless mittens for him, my second finished object is a hot water bottle cover. These hot water bottles are Warm Friends by Leslie Friend, and I use yarn that my mother gave me. The white I know is pure acrylic. All the other ones are some kind of blend, and you see I don't even mind when I run out of some color. I just change it. Here is some kind of a yellow, very ancient mohair I had, and I just work through the leftovers to finish them up. The pattern is very nice. I adapted the pattern so that with my 3 strands of yarn and the recommended needle sizes, I use 8mm needles. I do magic loop. I have 3 strands of yarn that I do change whenever I run out or whenever one ball is finished, and even if there is another similar color, I just take something else. And what is very difficult for me is that it's very hard on my hands to be knitting with 3 strands of mohair on 8mm needles, and I do magic loop because there is no other way to knit these water bottles. So I managed to master the magic cast on from, I'm not sure who it is. So you see better from here, it looks brown. You see it better that way. It's purple actually. You know, this is why I use the yellow mohair, thinking it would be better with the purple, and then I finished with some brown here and the white here. When I'm out of these kind of self-changing variegated yarn, I'm not sure which quality they are. I'm sure there is some kind of wool into it, but I don't know. Once I've finished using all of these, I will use some black and some white that I will use triple to make stripes or other type of design. But anyway, here you have it. It's better. It's purple. It's purple. It's a pain. I make these in 2 sittings, 3 sittings. It's not a difficult pattern. It's very easy. It's very well explained. I could adapt it to my own gauge and my own yarn and everything. It is very hard to knit with 3 strands of yarn on 8mm needles. So I do one and I stop and I will wait. I have 3 made. I still have 3 other ones to make. We'll see when this comes. We'll see. But in any case, they will have to be done by Christmas. Okay, next, the present I'm making for my mother. She requested, or she asked for, a red scarf. Mind you, after I had started it and everything, she asked me to make a scarf, and I said, I'm making a scarf for you for Christmas. And she said, which color is it? So hopefully she will like it way after having asked for it. So this is where I'm at. I've joined for the second ball. I am very afraid I won't have enough for a long enough scarf. So you see, I'm making up this little motif, lace motif from one of my books, the 250, I'm not sure it's 250 or 260 lace motifs of Japanese lace motif by Hitomi Shida. And it's part of a lace design, and it's quite easy. I like the way it looks like, and my idea was to make it wide enough so she can fold it in half, and then it will be very cozy and warm around her neck. So I just started the second ball. I'm afraid I won't have enough for a long enough scarf. I should have made it less wide, smaller in width, so that I can make it longer. So I can't go back. I'm not going to be ripping out lace in mohair. So I'm knitting this lace mohair from Ferme de France on 5mm needles, so bigger needles. And I really like the little lace motif. So there are two solutions. Either I get her a pin so that she can pin the scarf down and that will make up for a shorter length, or I fade it into another color. And the only other color I have that would match the red is the pink. I know it could match. It could match. I could fade it. These were the only two balls of this bath, of this colorway she was having. So I'm kind of undecided about what I'm going to be doing. Either I fade it to the pink, or I just leave it a little bit shorter with a pin so that she can attach it in the front. I'll see once I have finished that ball, but you know, one ball is that length. I should have made that width, half of the width, so that I can quadruple or double the length of the scarf. Anyway, it's too late to be going back. I'll see what I'll be doing. The fabric that I get is very, very warm, very light, and I'm sure it's going to be like a dream and a cloud around her neck. It could be around mine. We'll see what I'll do, if I fade it to the pink or if I keep it short, because I have no other mohair of the same weight that would match. I have a blue one, but it's not going to be going with that. And okay, please tell me if you would keep it short with a pin to attach it, and explain I just had two balls and I could not make more, or if you would fade it to another. This is a partial ball. I have another couple balls, so I have enough to finish that, to make, you know, at least one ball, one additional ball in length, or if you would fade it with the pink. I don't think I like the pink with the... I like the pink with the red. It's not what I want to say, but I'm not sure I would be happy with the fade in the scarf. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I would prefer the scarf would be all red, but it might be a little short. So if you have any experience with that or any idea, please tell me down below. And thank you in advance. Okay, next, and it will have to be the last segment for right now. I will record again after lunch. Hopefully it won't make much of a difference for you. My birthday cast on. So I knew I wanted to cast on for my birthday. I really did not know what. And second, I knew I wanted to use all this beautiful blue, the Val Nutiden that one of the lovely yous gave me with, and the matching mohair from Lang. So I knew I wanted to cast on something, and I knew I wanted to use up all of these beautiful Nutiden. The couple days, a day or 2 days before my birthday, Interstime, I'm on her mailing list. Interstime sent me a code for, so this year it was a code that would go towards the full price of a small accessory, or that you could use to reduce the price of a bigger sweater or a bigger piece or more expensive pattern. So I browsed through because I like very much what she's doing. She has done a really nice sweater or t-shirt not long ago, kind of an architectural back and front, the way I really liked very much this t-shirt. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I will get that and I will cast this one on and everything. There was one little scarf, so I'm gonna have to be reading because I don't recall the whole name. So it's in her Mini Shawl Club series. It's the 6th one, and it's gonna be my birthday cast on. And what I did not realize, because I liked very much the look of it, I'm going to place pictures. I liked the look of it and I said, okay, a small scarf. It's going to be nice. I will wear it with my blue Nutiden, my gallant sweater. And okay, all the stars aligned and I said, okay, I'm casting that one on. What I had not realized is that it's all twisted stitches. Twisted stitches, all of them, with Nutiden and Mohair is not that easy. Anyway, so I'm knitting that with 4mm needles and I casted it on. So here is the little motif. So what I'm doing is, okay, I do one motif and if it's too difficult or if I'm tired, I do something else or I do a couple repeats because it's a very easy motif. It's not complicated at all. You have a self I-cord making border, which is really nice. And I like it very much. But, you know, all twisted stitches, I like to make my ribs in twisted stitches, in half twisted stitches. I twist my knit stitches. I don't twist my purl stitches. Twisting your purl stitches is not easy. So this is how far I am. It's much longer than my mother's scarf. This is all I have left. So I knew that from the start that I would not have enough. Unless, you know, for my mother's scarf, I'm kind of disappointed I did not think ahead. But I knew for this one I would not have enough. And I knew I would have to make half of it in another color. And I thought it was going to be easy because I thought I was going to use the pink, I'm not sure I recall the name, I will write it on the screen. The pink Nutiden that Caroline sent me and I made my fleur shawl with it, with that pink Mohair de France yarn. Anyway, because I'm pairing Val with the Lang Blue Mohair that you sent me to pair it with. When I place them together, I'm not quite sure. Maybe you should make it that way, yeah. I'm not quite sure. What do you think? I'm not quite sure. I'm almost certain I'm going to use this one because the fabric will be close enough so that it's going to be a change of color. So I went through my mohair from the Pyrenees because I knew I have other blue. So I said, I would prefer some other blue. Okay, so I have this blue mohair that I think would be okay. It would be a light blue and a dark blue. That would be nice. But the thickness of the mohair is not enough to be knit by itself and match the gauge of the Nutiden and the mohair here. So do I pair mohair with mohair? Because I have another blue of the Lang mohair. I'll have another ball of the Lang mohair. So do I pair the Lang blue mohair with the Pyrenees blue mohair? I'm not quite sure. Okay, so I said I have a thicker mohair that would match the gauge most probably by itself and would be close enough. This is this darker blue. But I don't like the two together. It's at the same time close enough, but at the other time too close and not the same color range, not the same idea of the color. I don't like it. So I have one black of the same gauge, of the same thickness, one black ball. Do I want to knit with black? This is all that I have left from an ancient project. I made a shrug with that. Would black be better? Imagine with my blue Nutiden sweater, the gallant sweater, and this scarf with black and blue. I don't know. I really don't know. So I looked. So this is the other mohair I have. So okay, that would make it maybe, but I don't think it's the right color range. So the closest blue I have is the one from Dererum Natura that I made and I unraveled my half and half wrap, but it's a bit too green for me. What do you think? Do they match in color? I'm not sure. So for now, I am almost 100% sure that I will do the other half with Nutiden in the pink colorway, even if I do not think it's the best. And I have other Nutiden, but you know, I had a story with a very different yarn paired with a very different mohair, and it makes a mild effect, and it's in my third sorrel sweater that I made. I had to unravel several times before I could find, or before I decided on the perfect fade of the mohair on this white or creamy white Romney yarn. So either black or pink. What do you think? For the sake of the homogeneity in the gauge and in the feel of the yarn, I think I'm going to cast on with the pink Nutiden and the pink mohair matching with a matching pink mohair. I thought it was going to be easy because I knew I had the pink mohair and I knew I had the pink Nutiden, and I was thinking they will match, they will match. I did not check beforehand. They will match, right? They will match. Okay, so for you it's just after. For me it's a couple hours later. I went to see my colleagues and we had lunch. Of course, I did not take pictures. We went to a very good Indian restaurant that is not very far away from the university. Anyway, we had a good lunch. I'm back home and I'm here to finish recording this video. So I'm going to be talking about, so you may see a change of light, and I had a hat, so I had maybe a change of my hair and everything. So after I've been talking about my work in progress, my current project, I wanted to talk about some acquisitions. And if you are on a low buy or a no buy, or if you are triggered by people talking about what they have bought, please skip away this segment. I don't want to be inducing you or making you feeling uncomfortable or anything like that. Okay, so the cats are a bit grumpy because they were in the house and I'm not letting them out, so they are playing around and chasing each other. So during the months of October, I will check the dates, the exact dates. It was about a month ago. There was the big festival, Yarn Festival and Fiber Festival in Lyon, which is Knit It. It takes place every year. And with one of the ladies from my knitting group, we had said jokingly, we will go together this year. Well, she went and I could not go because I was in the hospital. And she very kindly offered to bring me back something. And of course, I said to her, so you know, during my no-buy or low-buy project, I force myself to buy yarn only in person. I don't buy yarn online unless it is to finish a project or it is for someone else and I don't have the yarn or something. So I've been buying yarn online for my sons and everything, but I don't buy yarn online for myself because it's so easy to add to cart and buy, add to cart and buy, to be tempted by all the the new releases, the new bases, the new colors and everything. So I said I buy yarn only in person. So this Knit It festival is going to be one exception, as I was going, I should have been there and and I was not, and she was so very kind of her to offer to bring me back something. So I said, okay, keep your eyes open for natural, local French, but Lyon is close by Italy and Switzerland and Germany, so local to Lyon or French, rustic, undyed yarn. And if you can't find any of that, no worries. Just take a couple skeins of fingering weight yarn, and I will always find something to do. And maybe we can talk about colors so that you bring me colors that I will like. But anyway, so we had looked at the vendors in ahead, and there was a couple vendors that I had selected, and I said, okay, if you have time, if you have space, because she went there by plane, because she was working on the Friday and working on the Monday. So she just flew in on Saturday and flew back on Sunday with a lot of problems. Flights were cancelled and everything. She was very stressed out. She could not come back home early enough for work. Anyway, she could manage to get back home with another flight. The company arranged and everything. But at first, she was really stressed out because she really did not know if she would make it by Sunday, even late in the night. Anyway, I had selected a couple vendors, and I said, if you have time, if you have space, if that pleases you, if that makes you happy, keep an eye on these ones, and if not, no problem. So she sent me a couple pictures when she was there. She had seen this one vendor, and she said, okay, I'm not going, if you like what the pictures that I sent, I'm not going to tell you what you'll get. You'll see, it's going to be a surprise, but I'm sure you're going to like it. She went to see this vendor who is terroir laine. Terroir means, something that is local tradition, and of course laine is yarn. So this producer is in Creuse. You know where Feltin is, and I've already talked about that on other videos. And the sheep are from very close by where I was born, in Poitou and in Limousin. And he processes the yarn where Atelier Pure Laine, Frédéric from Atelier Pure Laine, has her yarn processed. So it's washed in Sauge and it's spun in Rugna, where Fonty is. And this particular colorway is a marled colorway with the two undyed, the white one and the brown one. And she had sent pictures where there were the natural one, the marled one this way, fingering has several yarn weights, fingering to bulky, I think, or maybe worsted. And they are very inexpensive. They are less than 10 euros. I think they are 9 euros per skein, 100 gram, and it's 400 meters. So it's fingering. And so she got me 2 skeins of this very beautiful rustic yarn, and she said, well, you will have enough for a sleeveless top or of some kind. And sleeveless tops are really, really trendy right now, and I was very delighted to receive this yarn. And it's, you would say, is it scratchy or is it toothy? It is, but then after, scratchiness or toothiness is very relative to your own experience. Some people with very soft yarn are going to be itching. So anyway, I will make, I think, a very simple V-neck vest, most probably, because this one is a larger round one. My other vests are round necks. So I think I'm going to make a V-neck, and I like V-necks. I don't wear a lot of V-necks, but for a vest, I think it would be really nice to wear with a shirt or something. So this is what I am going to be doing. And when she was there, she said, do you want anything else? So in that little, very, very, very nice little purse that Rosemary sent me, she got me, oh, too much light. She got me this year's Knit It little stitch markers. So the box is going to make some noise when I pop it open, so I'm going to cut that. So when it's open, you have all the little stitch markers that the theme for this year is fruits. So you have an adorable little orange, you have a strawberry, what? You have an apple, a little apple, a little pear, and a little lemon. So these are in this little tin box, and you pop it open by pushing in the middle, and then when you close it back by pinching the lid this way, so they are inside, and you pinch the lid back into place, and the little box is closed. So I'm keeping it in the little pouch from Australia, where I keep all my little stitch markers. And she also offered, because she had bought one last year, and I had seen it was a very good one, very good canvas. She brought me a Knit It bag, and so the knit bag, and she said they are out of blues and they are out of purple. So this one is kind of a dark tealy blue. I said, okay, fine. If you can get one for me, please do. So this is just a plain canvas bag, but a very, very good one. Please get one for me if you have space, if it's not too heavy, and everything. But if you don't, it's not a problem. I'll go there, hopefully next year, and I will be able to get a bag and get the stitch markers, even if I miss some of them, because the first time I bought these stitch markers, I did not buy them. It was a present from one of my sons. I had seen the stitch markers. They were the little sweaters one. And after that, I bought another set to give away. And these little fruits are this year's stitch markers. I don't even know which ones were last year. I think last year was another set of sweaters, different kind of sweaters. And today and this year they are fruits and whatever. But they are nice ones, kind of sturdy, they are nicely made, and the little box is just adorable. So that's what she brought to me. I will tell you how much I've paid when I do my no-buy months recap. Either if I've only bought that, maybe I will do only one. I will incorporate it in the recap at the end of the year. If I get some other things, if I can get the mohair, the red mohair I'm waiting on, before that, I will do one specific video. But if not, I will just put the numbers in my end of the year no-buy recap. So this was a little bit of the Knit It experience that I lived through her eyes, because she sent a lot of pictures, and also through her stress, because it was very stressful at the end. And she really enjoyed it. She liked it a lot. It's very big, very noisy, she said. But anyway, it's one of these events that I think is worth going to at least once in your life, and it's in France. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just as a very small life update, I'm going just to tell you that one of you recommended me. I said I was afraid to go to sleep without having taken a painkiller, because I was just afraid to be in pain. And one of you suggested that I just bring my painkiller by my bed with a glass of water, and if I wake up in pain, I just take it on the spot. So I did, and I have to tell you, it was a very good advice, because for a bit less than a week now, because I think I started to do this in the middle of last week, I'm sleeping without any painkillers now. So I'm not in pain. The pain is not gone, but it's at a level that does not prevent me from sleeping. It's one step further, and this one was really important to me, because during the day I could manage and everything, the pain or the discomfort and everything. During the night I could not without the painkiller. But at some point I was almost at the point where I was thinking I can do without, but I was not strong enough, or I did not dare not taking it. And this was a very good advice. I had not been thinking about that by myself. So it was a very good advice, and it was, one step further towards normal life. Now the main thing is, I think, is how tired I feel, how easily tired I am, how I cannot do in a day what I used to. So I still have a month before I go back, a month and a half before I go back to work. My colleagues at noon, they also asked me to come and eat with them, because of course they wanted to see me, and I had not seen them since I went to the hospital. But also because, there are some kind of difficult situations for the classes for next semester, and they wanted me, and I said, okay guys, yeah, I will do my share after January. I am out of work up to January, and I'm not going to be working before that. So the only exception I'm doing is because I have tomorrow and Friday an online meeting with my union, and so we are talking about important things. So I said, okay, I'm going to attend. I'll be online. I won't be in Paris. I can go to Paris right now, I think. And I will attend online. If I need to go up and work, I will do that. If I can't be sitting down, and if my mind it's too much stimulation, I will turn the camera off. Maybe I will need. But that's the only exception. I told my colleagues, no, I'm not working before I'm officially back to work. So that's what I said. Maybe I will not keep this word, but I will try to keep this word and only go back to work when I'm supposed to go back to work, because I am easily tired. This is something that, as forgetting things, this is something I am not back on tracks yet. So it's been only 9 weeks since the surgery. So maybe it's all normal. Maybe I would like everything goes much faster, and as a, clap of your fingers, I feel normal again. But it's not, and I need to be patient. And being patient also means to say no, and no work before the time I'm supposed to go back to be working. So we are having the first sunny day in over a month here in Normandy. I started to use my phototherapy lamp. I'm not sure how you call that in English. It's a daylight lamp that is made so that you don't have any bad UV wavelength to hurt your eyes and stuff like that. But it gives you daylight when there is no daylight outside. And being gray for a month, it's like there is no daylight, and I was starting to feel depressed. So I took my special daylight lamp, and I'm having breakfast in the morning in front of this lamp for at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I feel much better. And today, with the sun being out, it changes all the perspectives. So it's kind of late, not that late, but it's kind of late, even if, in particular, if I want to be editing as much as I can tonight, but I think I will go for a walk. Even though I may be late in other things, I think I will go for a walk, take advantage of the sun today. My physiotherapist said we are going to have only one session per week, starting on this week, because she says, now I'm going to be massaging your wound and your scar and everything. This I can do once a week. But now the best way for you to get better is go walking. So I'm going to take this advice and I'm going to go walking after I finish filming this video. And also, you know, that's another step. One physical therapy session per week instead of two. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And I do hope this video finds you well. I do hope you manage to have joy and happiness into your life, and that your knitting is bringing you joy and happiness, that when you knit, you can infuse your knitting with positive thoughts that will contribute to build up some joy and happiness inside of yourself, your mind, and in your life, because it's not going to be coming all by itself. In particular, in these very dark times we are living in, I'm thinking about all of you. Some of you are living in very particular dark times, and I'm sending out, when I'm knitting, I'm sending out all of my little stitches to you. And I thank you a lot for being here with me, and I will see you next time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top. So sometimes people talk about surgery. Video. The kind of video you see about wool pathways with wool, Romney wool from pathway is I do ribbed loop, because there is no other way you can knit these water bottles. What I had not realized is that it's all in twisted stitches. Okay. Other blue. I have a black. And I have this little blue mohair that I talked about just before. Okay, I have everything. It's the one from Bichebu. It's the one from